Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Max, and I'm here with Quan, who's a Turo renter here, and just kind of an overall host. And welcome. If you want to introduce yourself, just.
Hello, my name is Quan. I've been in Arizona since 1981. Originally from Seoul, South Korea, and kind of grew up here and went to Gilbert High and graduated from Arizona State University back in the 90s.
That's cool. That's cool. So tell us just a little bit about your history, kind of how you got into cars, and how you got to today.
So originally I got into cars as a hobby. I was messing around with RC cars when I was like 11, 12 years old, and that turned into real cars when I turned 16. I started going to car shows and developed a taste for customization in cars. So all my paychecks, which at that time I was making like $4 an hour.
All of them went into cars?
It went into cars. I bought a Honda Civic.
Was that your first car?
No, I had a couple cars before.
What was your? Do you remember your first car?
My first car was a 1986 Hyundai.
Okay.
And it was a piece of crap. It wouldn't go past 65 miles an hour.
Oh my god.
It was a third generation hand-me-down.
Hey.
My brother had it, my sister had it. My parents originally bought it. So as it was falling apart, they just gave it to me as a free car. So I was like, I'll take it, free car anytime.
Yeah.
But it ended up selling that one and then getting a Honda Civic.
Okay.
And that was my platform to get into cars. And in the mid to late 90s where a grassroots sport of sport compact cars or import cars came along. So just like the movie Fast and the Furious, we would go to the races, we would go to the illegal races in Deer Valley
Yeah.
in North Phoenix, and we would race cars and go to car shows, and we would kind of live that lifestyle.
Dang, did you guys ever race for pink slips for cars?
We didn't necessarily race for pink slips because we were kids, so there's no way we had that kind of money to be able to throw around.
Just give a car out?
It was more like reputation.
Okay. Street cred.
If we were doing betting, we'd probably look at like maybe $100.
Yeah.
And with inflation, I mean, $100 is probably more like $500 back then.
Oh my gosh.
So it was big time. But we would go to the illegal races on 19th Avenue in Deer Valley. We would all beat. There'd be about 150 to 200 cars there.
Holy cow.
And all kinds of cars. There would be muscle cars there. There would be different types of cars, and we were like the underdogs, because most of the cars that we were working on were front wheel drive, and they were little Econobox cars. But we started putting nitrous on them, putting different engines from larger sedan vehicles like Acuras. And they were pretty fast, so we had a good time racing cars, and that eventually developed into business. So in 1996, here in the Valley, we started a business called Apex Motorsports, and we were specializing in import performance, so and also racing them. So we had a Honda Civic that we would drag race, and my brother and I also bought a Supra, and
nice.
that format really took us to a different level because that was a very popular car, and it was very fast. You could do a few things to it. It was already turbocharged, so we would race that car, and that really got us on the map. So we started with our first shop in Tempe. We generated $5,000 in sales the first month.
Wow.
By the end of 1999, we were doing $100,000 per store, and we had two locations, one in Glendale and one in Tempe.
Nice.
And we were able to eventually sell those to an investor that wanted to buy a business for his two sons.
Nice.
So we sold the business in December of 2000, and my brother went took his portion and went up to Sedona and bought a vitamin manufacturing business, and then I went down to Tucson and did cars for another 6 years until about 2006.
Yeah.
The business got really good with the movie Fast and the Furious. Came out in 2002. Our business probably grew 1,000%.
Oh my gosh.
And went from 1 to 9 employees. And we're doing really good business. But I also decided to sell in 2005. Went to work for the car dealerships for about 3 years.
Yeah.
And then at that time, my brother grew his vitamin business. And he sold his vitamin business, and we both decided to get into air conditioning.
So you guys ran that together, Ace?
Yeah, we did air conditioning together. It was called Ace Home Services. There was about 16 employees at that time. Revenue was still pretty good. I think we were doing about $4 million in sales. And we did that from 2008 till last year. So May of last year was our last month in the business. We had a private investment group that came in and wanted to purchase the business. So we actually had scaled it up to close to 65 cars on the road, or 65 vans.
Yeah.
With close to 120 employees.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So did you start Turo when you're running that business?
Or I did. So I was looking for, the business was kind of on auto drive.
Yeah.
I really didn't have to be there all the time. We had
Ace was or Turo?
Ace.
Okay.
So we had 8 managers.
Wow.
And we had everybody doing different tasks. We could we have some more flexibility and time, so we could take off and do stuff. My brother was doing some land investments.
Okay.
So I was looking for kind of an avenue of something that I wanted to do, but I wanted to kind of get back into cars.
Yeah.
So I was driving. I always drove like little collar box cars because they're reliable and they get good gas mileage.
Yeah.
And I always had a sports car hidden somewhere.
Yeah.
That I would drive on the weekends. So I had a Toyota RAV4 in 2018.
Yeah.
And I was just online looking up side hustles, and I happened to land on Turo. So I signed up for it and started my first Turo car.
Was your RAV4 the first one you put on?
Yeah, 2018 was the year, and
Yep.
it was a 2018 RAV4. And it didn't do too well. I mean, I did like 1,600 for 6 months.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
But you learn a lot.
Absolutely.
You know, first time I was doing Turos, you're like taking 3 pictures.
I know.
4 pictures. Yeah,
I
that's all
know.
you take.
A couple words in the description. You don't know
Yes.
what you don't know what you're doing when you start.
I mean, I didn't know anything. I mean, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just try and see what happens, because
Yeah.
cars, you know, parked there. I could drive any of the our work vehicles that are logoed. So you know, every day I would just pick up a different van that we had. So the car was sitting. So I decided to rent it out and made a whole bunch of mistakes, scratches, all kinds of stuff happened that I couldn't really file a claim for. That I didn't know what was going on with the claims and things like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I started without even reading the TOS. You know, I just went like, I was like, I'm gonna just give it a try.
Yeah.
You know, and but I did. I did the first year. I did okay with it, and I was like, you know what? I think this is kind of cool. I think I want to do a few more because I do have some flexibility in time. So I went from 1 to 3 cars. By 2020 January, I had a Honda Civic, a Honda Accord, and the RAV4. So
all reliable cars.
All reliable cars. Just from my experience with imports and cars, I thought, yeah, I want to get something reliable. I know it's going to rack up a whole crap load of miles.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with transmission issues. Because having a fleet of 60, 65 cars, when they get to that 100,000 mile barrier, at some point you're going to have like something
issue.
Big going on.
Yeah. So do you have some sort of rule? Is that one of your rules? Sell before 100,000 miles.
I like to be exiting somewhere around 120 to 140.
Okay. So you hold them a little after.
Yeah. I don't like to go past the 140 mark just because of transmission woes.
Yeah. Absolutely. So where do you say is like your entry point for vehicles? Where do you typically try to buy them at?
So I was in a unique position last year because we sold the air conditioning company. We had a huge tax liability.
Yeah.
And Section 179 plus bonus depreciation was fantastic.
Yeah.
So what that means is anything over 6,000 pounds, even if it's 1 pound over 6,000, you could take the full amount of the vehicle and depreciate all of it your first year.
Wow.
So unfortunately, it ended. Now it's back down to 80%, but that was a IRS rule in the Trump era. That was fantastic. That's why you saw everybody running around with G-Wagons.
Yeah.
You saw everybody running around with the Lamborghini Urus.
Okay, because of the weight. Because they could write it all off.
These are $250,000, $300,000 cars that people are rocking.
Yeah.
They're handing the keys to their wife. They were everywhere. It was crazy.
Yeah.
You know, who can afford a $300,000 SUV? It doesn't make any sense. But then, if you look at the background of what's going on, everybody had this huge tax liability. They're looking for ways to cut that liability down.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about it is you can just take that full amount, whether it's financed, whether you pay cash, you can take that full amount off your taxable income. So,
Wow. So that's kind of how you started. You based it on depreciating your assets.
Last year, that's how we were able to scale up.
Okay.
We have 43 cars on the platform.
Wow. And
right now.
break that down for me.
So the way it's broken down is I manage about 10 to 12 of them. Right now I have 2 under recall.
Oh yeah.
And you know how they go. When they go on the recall, you're done.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta take it off.
Yeah, and then they're talking about fourth quarter solutions.
Okay.
So probably going to be sitting, or I might be offloading them, or I might drive them.
Yeah.
But at some point, if I don't get a solution soon, I got to sell them.
Wait, they said they're not gonna have the recall in or done by fourth quarter?
Yes.
Holy
right
crap.
on the letter on my Ford Maverick, it says no solution till fourth quarter.
I mean, that's in 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
Holy
So you're talking a huge lost revenue.
Yeah, absolutely, and the depreciation as
yeah,
well.
So 2 of my cars, and I'm paying. You know, obviously you're paying insurance, you're paying this and that. So I'm on the fence right now whether just to get rid of them. The market's still kind of somewhat relatively hot with a low inventory.
Yeah.
Right now. The vehicles that I have are in demand.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'll be
good.
able to move them for a good amount of money.
That's
without feeling too much depreciation.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so 10 to 12 that you manage,
Yes.
and then how do the rest?
So I've been on the Turo Phoenix group for a while.
Yeah.
And been kind of following the guy that's had multiple vehicles. I know the guy in California's got like 350 cars.
Yeah.
Quan.
Yep.
And then there's a guy here, it's a business partner, Tyler. I think he's got 250. There's another guy,
Jeez.
Cody, that's got 100.
Okay.
Something.
Yeah.
So I kind of see what they're commenting on, what they do.
Yeah.
And then I happened to message Ryan the body.
Yep.
At pre-flight.
Mhm.
So he had about 100 vehicles, and I looked at his profile, and he had like 8,000 rentals or something like that throughout the years. So I met with him for lunch, and at the time we were deciding to scale up the business and buy a bunch of vehicles. We actually met him twice for lunch, and then we kind of figured out what vehicles we want to buy.
Yeah.
And,
So you bought them to give to him?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So we were lucky enough to have funds, and also for the sale of the business and getting
Yeah.
it taxable. So everything kind of came together in one.
At the right
place,
moment. Yeah.
At the right time. Right.
Okay.
So we needed huge tax write-offs. We wanted to buy vehicles. We wanted to scale up, and we ended up giving him 5, 10, 15. I think he's got close to like 21 or 22 of our vehicles.
Wow.
And you always don't want to put all of your
Eggs in one basket.
Yeah, which is a great terminology. I know it
Yeah.
kind of sounds funny,
Yeah.
but yeah, you don't. So we decided, hey, let's not just do all of our cars for Ryan. This is not a good idea. Nothing against Ryan, great guy.
Yeah.
So we shipped a bunch of cars out to Aura.
Okay.
And they have some cars in Orlando. We have some cars in Austin,
Yeah.
Las Vegas. We're going to ship out some to Dallas.
Okay.
So we didn't want to just do Phoenix market only.
And is the reason to offset the bad months
Uh-huh.
of Phoenix?
Seasonality. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. 'Cause
Okay.
I mean, June, July, August, I already know it's miserable here.
Yeah.
I mean, your business is going to be down 50-60%.
Yeah, yeah.
And we understand seasonality because air conditioning, my God. Come
Yeah.
November, the phone doesn't ring, literally. We had 200,000 customers. You get 4 phone calls.
That's
Nobody wants
crazy,
you when
yeah.
it's 75 degrees outside.
Yeah, they don't need it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So we get it, so we wanted to, expand, but at the same time, we don't want to put it just all in Phoenix.
Yeah.
So we do have a place in Orlando, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Las Vegas, and the seasonality is different.
Yeah.
And eventually we'd like to put something like in Colorado and other areas where summer it's great.
Yeah.
But just summers here suck.
Yeah, the summers here do suck. Yeah.
So.
Well, that's smart. I think that weeds out a lot of people because they hit the summer and like, this business isn't for me. I can't live off of, because a lot of people have really high car payments and then just their expenses total are ridiculous. So I'm sure summer weeds out a lot of starting hosts. So 42 vehicles. Tell me about, do you buy them in cash or do you finance them?
We financed a couple in the beginning just to see how it goes, but we ended up just buying majority of them cash.
And where do you buy them?
We have a relationship with most of the car dealerships.
Yeah.
I've kept in contact with some of my friends when I worked at the dealership.
Yeah.
Or we buy 1 or 2 cars and we start talking to the manager.
Yeah.
And see if he can get us better deals. But there was a huge problem last year and getting cars. It was ridiculous. You're going to pay over MSRP. You're going to wait 6 months to a year.
Mm-hmm.
There was just no stock.
Yeah.
You go to the dealerships, there's 2 cars on the lot.
That's
of
crazy.
A car a dealership that has 250 normally.
Yeah.
So it was a wild time with the supply chain crunch and all this stuff that was going on. There was just no cars available.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then everyone was trying to get used cars, but the used car market went crazy.
Yeah, so that was another thing that I was like, we couldn't buy used because you're going to pay exactly what new is, even if it's 2-3 years old.
Yeah, but you can't buy new because there's no chips.
Yes. So we went through that, but luckily we were patient. We put a bunch on order. We're able to negotiate some deals. We didn't pay anything above MSRP.
Okay, that's good.
So everything we bought was about MSRP.
That's good. The luxury tax was crazy. I mean, all the new cars.
Everything was crazy expensive. Watches, anything was expensive.
Yeah.
Luckily, we were able to get stuff at MSRP.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, back in like 3-4 years ago, you don't pay MSRP.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to go to the dealership and you're going to try to negotiate a deal.
Yeah.
Last year it was like 0 negotiation. It's like, you're going to pay MSRP, we're going to let you walk out the door, they don't care.
Yeah.
Or you try to walk out the door, they're like, hey, we got a solution.
Yeah, well then it was like, you walk out the door, there's 99 people behind you. We don't care. You leave. We want you to leave because the next person's not even going to break our back about the same car.
And the next person's going to pay like a premium.
And they're going to pay even more than what we negotiated with you.
The
for
plus MSRP and then the hot cars had this stupid dealer market adjustment.
Yeah, the market adjustment, the luxury tax.
So annoying.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
So, I mean, we did pay, like, we bought a couple cars that were used.
Okay.
And we did pay almost retail.
Okay.
We picked up a 2021 Supra.
Okay.
And we almost paid retail. It was like $2,000 under retail.
Okay.
So
that's a cool car though.
Yeah. So we wanted to kind of mix it up. So we did buy a lot of cars that were plus 6,000 pounds, and then we bought some other cars that were econo box cars also.
Okay.
We bought some Camrys. We bought some RAV4s.
Yeah.
We bought a Bronco. We bought some Jeeps. So we kind of mixed it around.
Yeah.
But a lot of vehicles that we did buy, we bought a ton of Tahoes, Suburbans.
Nice.
The larger vehicles that did qualify. And
for that tax code?
Yeah, the tax code was awesome. We loved it. We had a very large liability.
Yeah.
We were able to reduce that down to next to nothing.
That's huge. That's super big. So have you even thought about looking at like auctions, dealer auctions?
I thought about looking at auctions. That's something that I was looking at, possibly getting a dealer's license. But talking to my friends in the auction circle, they said the prices are still kind of elevated because of the low inventory. So as it currently sits, I'm hearing that there's the inventory sucks right now still.
Yeah. Inventory is definitely not the best at auctions still, but the prices that you buy the vehicles for, because we buy all of our vehicles at auction right now,
Yeah.
and the price under what you'd buy from like a dealership or private, I mean, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I've thought about it. I know currently we have an office that we could actually put up a sign, because that's the biggest thing. You have to have
Yeah.
a street sign that
Yeah, to
you'll
get
be able
your-
see. You have to get the dealer's license, and
Yeah.
then you have to just go through the process.
Yeah.
So we are thinking about it possibly.
Yeah.
Luckily, we have a building that we purchased on 15th Avenue in Thomas.
Nice.
It's too close to. It's not far. I'm sorry. It's not close to the airport, so we can't
Yeah.
run it
Okay.
through there.
That makes sense.
But we've been very successful at running our RVs through there. So
Yeah.
most of our clients that come in from. Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't talk about my RV.
Yeah, I want to jump into that. Before we jump into
Yeah.
that, give me like, okay. So Turo, I have a couple questions. What's your favorite car that you rent out
Yeah.
that you've had in the past couple of years, and then your least favorite?
So this is kind of funny. My favorite cars that I like to rent out are what they make fun of them on Turo chat groups. They're called shooters.
Shooters?
Yeah. And that's a nickname for a car that is like at the very edge of what you could put in there. So these are
Like the old high miles stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
not too much high mileage.
Yeah. But the year
yeah,
specifically?
but I have 2 or 3 of these little Japanese cars. The utilization is great,
Yeah.
and they're ridiculously simple to wash.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the cars that I had that was always booked out, it's literally you don't even have to wash it because the paint's faded.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
But it's just a car that drives, that's reliable.
Yeah, that's all you need. I'm telling you right now, some of our beaters have done better than anything. We have a 2013 Hyundai Elantra.
Yeah.
We did a month, we did $2,400.
Wow.
All on Turo.
Yeah.
No private or anything.
Yeah.
So that was
Most of
crazy.
my beaters do anywhere between like 8 to 1,600, but
Okay.
I have a couple beaters that are $5,000.
Yeah.
And it's insane that
Yeah.
it does the value of the car the first year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you're doing like $6-7 grand and you pay $5 for it in 1 year,
That's huge.
I mean that's a win.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
Yeah. So these beaters that I have a Suzuki SX4, which
Okay.
is a 2010.
Yeah.
Now it's considered grandfathered in.
Yeah.
And it does $7,000 a year.
Wow.
And I bought
Okay.
it for $5,000.
Wow.
Crazy reliable. It's 100% Japanese made. I like Japanese made vehicles for
Yeah.
some reason. They seem to last a little bit longer than even Japanese made vehicles that are made here in the States. They're technically not made here in the States. Some of the electronics and stuff are made other places.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
of it is assembled like in Mexico.
Yeah.
Like for instance, my Ford Maverick is actually 100% made in Hermosillo, Mexico.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the VIN number tells exactly where it's made. But I like vehicles that have that start with a J.
Yeah.
It's 100% Japanese made.
Okay. So tell me about 42 cars. What do you see roughly on the revenue side? What are you generating with those cars?
Well, that's always the not so happy part because of the fees associated with. You got parking.
Co-hosting.
You got your co-hosting fees.
Yeah.
Then you have your insurance.
Yeah. Real quick though, before we jump, who do you use for insurance?
We use ABI.
I've heard of them.
And Liberty Mutual. Liberty Mutual is fantastic.
Is there a reason you have two different insurance companies?
Yeah, we just like I said, we just want to try to do different things.
Yeah.
So we have it like the vehicles that I manage is through Liberty Mutual.
Okay.
The other vehicles that are co-hosted are all through I think ABI, which is very popular.
Okay.
So you pay like a fee up front, and then for each car they charge you X amount of dollars.
Okay.
Liberty Mutual has been really easy to work with as far as adding cars. Everything is done like electronically through email, through a portal, and they do a good job. And then the price is incredibly just awesome.
Yeah.
I believe I have 10 vehicles insured. So each car comes out to about $68.
Whew.
Yeah. So it's
Wow,
super
that's
cheap.
cheap.
And that's even on a $100,000 Porsche
Yeah.
Cayenne that I have.
Oh, that covers any range.
Yeah, it covers any range.
Because I know that Lula, I'm not sure about GMI, but I know Lula only covers up to like 75,000 in vehicles value.
So yeah, there is a cap on it. I haven't put any vehicles in over 100,000.
Okay.
This was around 97,000 is what we paid.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe the cost of the insurance is $68.
That's huge.
But I think they're just kind of banking on majority of the insurance being on Turo.
Yeah. Because then insurance covers it, or
yeah,
Turo covers
yeah.
it.
So when I go to wash it, when I drive it privately, blah blah blah, and I'm
Yeah.
doing stuff, errands and things like that, that's when it's covered.
Yeah.
So they're looking at it like, oh hey, we're only covering it 10% of the time.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So back to revenue. So what would you say you're on average generating every month?
Each vehicle will do anywhere between 12 to 3,000. So there's a wide range. Like the Porsche did 2,900.
Yeah.
In April.
Yeah.
I did 27 last month.
Yeah.
And it's really fallen off this month.
Yeah. Yeah.
My little condo boxes.
Mm-hmm.
The worst month I've had is done 600.
Yeah.
And the best I've had to do is like 1,800.
Okay.
So it's kind of all over the map.
Yeah, yeah. Have you done over 100 grand with your 42 cars yet in a month?
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm actually I'm on target to do 125 with
for this month?
12. No, not monthly. Are you talking about year?
Oh, you're on track to do 120. Oh,
Five. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the whole year.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
talking about a month, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, not yet.
Well, it's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of money.
A lot to reach.
Yeah.
And I've seen hosts do that kind of numbers.
Yeah.
I think there was a guy in Florida that was posting crazy numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I know these big goats out here are not posting their numbers.
No, they don't need to. They don't care.
Yeah.
So you're on track. So are you saying with your 10 to 12 cars, you're on track to 125?
125.
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Like everybody here, I think everybody's best month was March and April.
Yep.
It was gangbusters.
Yeah, March was crazy.
Yeah, the utilization was insane.
Yeah.
There was so much back to back.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Quick turnaround.
Yeah.
You know, get it back in the morning. It goes out in the afternoon.
Yeah.
You love that.
I mean, small buffers. It was crazy.
Yeah. I put the buffer at 3 hours.
Yeah, we have everything at the lowest we good to go.
It was just like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, the trouble we had was we have like a Google page. We do private rentals. We were getting calls. We had to turn probably 40% of our business down. We'd send them to Ryan, and we had a couple other hosts that we'd send them to, but dude, like nobody had anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
I'm not sure. I think it's just a lot of different events and a lot of pent up demand.
Yeah. What was we had the Super. Wait, when was the Super? Was that February?
Super Bowl was February.
Okay,
yeah,
February.
Yeah,
well, then now it's spring
okay.
break. That was spring
Yes.
breakers, and then there's basketball and then baseball.
Yeah.
I'm not a big sports guy.
The World Baseball Classic. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's what
that
it
was huge actually because a lot of my clients were going to the
there's
World
tons of
Baseball
people
Club.
going to that. Let's step away from Turo. I want to go into the RVs.
Okay.
So you sent me links. You have 6, right?
Yep.
You said we just talked briefly. You said it takes about. Do you say an hour and a half to clean?
Usually when we first started, it would take about an hour and a half to get everything set up.
Okay,
So what
okay.
that means setting up is these things are mini Airbnbs. So
Yeah.
there is sheets, towels, blankets.
Yeah.
There is a full kitchen set, a propane gas stove.
Yeah.
And
you have to replace all that stuff.
you just have to get everything turned around. You have to clean it, and then you
Okay.
actually have to wash the outside, which is not the funnest thing to do.
And there's no car. You can't take that through Clean
You
Free.
can, not
Oh,
do
you
a car
can?
wash.
Okay.
You're gonna hand wash all of them,
Okay,
and that's
okay.
what takes the longest is the hand wash.
Wow.
The hand wash we got it down to. It's funny because we time everything.
Yeah,
to
it's
make
smart.
Sure how
That's so
efficient
smart.
We are.
Yeah.
So we have the RVs down to 23 minutes of washing it,
Okay.
and that is a hand wash for 2 people.
Okay.
So,
Whoa. And
yeah.
is that inside too?
That is outside. That is taking your vehicle over to a car wash that has a big enough bay because it's 9.8 feet tall.
Wow.
That is pressure washer.
Okay.
Agitating it. Rinse and then drying. But
Okay.
usually when these things come back, the front end is caked with
I bet.
bugs.
Yeah.
Because they're not rolling around local here. They're going Utah, Grand Canyon,
Yeah.
Sedona. There's bugs all over the front end.
Yeah.
So
They're not just going to their
luckily-
grandma's house.
Yep. Luckily, we figured out how to have them stick. And
Oh,
the way
nice.
you do that is to front wrap, half wrap with PPG,
Yeah, I've heard of that.
paint protective film, which
Yep.
is clear, the front end
Yeah.
and the headlights. And then on the front windshield, we put a protective film over it. A company in Chandler does that.
Yeah.
And it prevents bugs from getting on it, and it prevents rock strikes.
Oh,
so we never
nice.
have windshield problems. So,
Whoa, never windshield problems?
no. So what it is a film that is slightly malleable.
Yeah.
So when it takes a rock strike, it's like your phone on your iPhone.
Yeah.
You know how you put a screen cover on it?
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're doing to all of our windshields on our RVs. We
Wow.
put a screen cover on it.
Yeah.
And we have to replace them every 2 years.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, there's rock strikes everywhere on it. But it's better than
But it's protecting the actual glass.
yes. And
Wow.
You're not having to have downtime.
Yeah.
And you're not putting a $2,000 glass claim on. Because at
Wow.
some point they're gonna drop you because of your glass claim.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I just want to check one more thing. So I want to hear about how you, because I've looked at it. I've done some
Yeah.
research. I've ran some numbers.
Uh-huh.
How did you get into it?
So we're looking at different avenues of rentals. We
Yeah.
really like Turo, and we have Airbnbs.
Yeah.
I have a few private condos that I have on long-term rentals.
Yeah,
So we were really like on this rental train.
yeah,
So I found the website Outdoorsy,
yeah.
and we decided to buy one RV, and this was July of last year.
Okay.
We put it on the platform, and then we found two other platforms that were all online, RV Easy and RV Share. And then
Okay.
we found two other platforms that were on web-based only. So
Yeah.
there's 5 platforms that are feeding you leads.
They're synced.
Yeah.
Wow.
And 3 of the online portal ones with the mobile ones
Yeah,
are you can sync them together, the calendars and everything. So it's
Yeah.
kind of cool. Nice thing about it is they allow you to put a security deposit in. So
Oh, for the guest.
yes.
Oh, that's huge. That
Yeah.
is huge. I don't know why
So-
Turo doesn't do
yeah.
that.
I think they do with the larger vehicles I heard, or
Yeah.
the high end stuff. That's like
Yeah.
but
But I think Turo does it and they keep it.
that's correct.
It's because they
Yeah.
take care of like all the back end stuff, which is
Yeah.
good, but then also bad because
Yeah.
there's some stuff you don't see.
If Turo can take some of the things that Outdoorsy does,
Yeah,
it will be awesome because Outdoorsy and those 2 other apps, when you call customer service, when you have concerns, they're very owner centric.
nice.
Meaning it's not renter centric.
Yeah,
One picture is all it takes
Wow.
to get your reimbursements.
that's big.
And they hold $1,000 before that you could even hand them the keys.
Yeah.
That $1,000 goes towards all your incidentals.
Wow, that's huge.
So it's not even a deposit.
Yeah.
It's called an incidental deposit. And
Wow.
It's like when you go to a hotel room, you're gonna put your credit card, and they're gonna run like $500 in incidentals.
Yeah,
If you mess something up, it goes on that thing.
yeah,
So it's nice that they're holding the customers responsible and saying, hey, if you do any of these things, or you don't return it with gas, or you don't return it and you break something on the handle,
yeah,
that money's gonna come right off.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
there's no complaining about it because it just takes one picture in like 5-6 words. Customer did not bring back vehicle with the water dumped,
Yeah.
and that's $50.
Wow.
So there's like laundry list of things that you could charge for
Yeah,
that the guest is responsible for.
That's
before
cool.
they return the vehicle to you.
that's cool. So, between the 6
Mhm.
that you have right now on the platforms, what would you say on average you're generating? Like, what's the spread for those?
The average rental, the minimum rental you could do on any of my vehicles is $575. My take home for 3 days.
For 3 days, 575. Okay,
Yeah, and that is the minimum.
okay,
If you add in all these options, so the vehicles are they have a check-in time. So just to give you
Yeah.
an idea how easy it is to add in options, check-in time is at 3 p.m. Nobody
Okay.
wants to check in at 3 p.m. and leave.
Yeah.
They all buy the early check-in,
okay,
$50.
yeah,
Okay. Check out is 11 a.m. just like a hotel.
yeah,
They don't want to come back here at 11 a.m. They want to leave when they're comfortable after breakfast.
yeah,
They're not coming back here at 11. They're coming back here at 2, 3, 4 o'clock.
yeah,
$50.
okay,
Okay. They forget to return the vehicle and it's a little low on gas, $25 fee plus the cost of the.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is a water container that you have to dump your
Yeah.
dirty water. If you don't pull the handle, $50.
Wow. It's just pulling a handle.
Yeah. Toilet. You gotta empty out the toilet. It's a cartridge.
Yeah.
You have to go to the bathroom and dump it.
Yeah.
If that thing comes back full, $50.
Woo.
If you want to rent a hitch, $50. If you want extra blankets, $15. If you want lawn chairs, $10.
Okay.
So there is add-ons after add-ons and add-ons. What's nice is they're looking at this list and they're clicking on stuff before they even come to your car.
Wow.
So you're not trying to get money for stuff.
Yeah.
They're clicking on it already. They're clicking and saying,
they're
I want
paying
the
for it.
sewer dump.
Yeah.
I want the propane fill up. I want the 2 lawn chairs. I want the extra blankets. Click, 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 click.
Wow.
And these customers are very family-oriented people. They want to have a good time. They want to have a vacation. They don't want to deal with, sewage. They don't want to deal with this, that. They don't care.
Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, if you're going to take a good vacation, you're going to go up to Grand Canyon, you're going to go to Sedona, you're willing to spend the extra money.
Absolutely.
To have it to be more comfortable.
Yeah.
You're willing to spend more money so you don't have to unpack your bags like 6 times. Because to go to Grand Canyon, Sedona, Lake Powell, Utah, it would take you 6-7 hotels.
Yeah.
Plus a car. So they're able to combine everything together and have a family of 4. Take one of our RVs and have a great vacation.
Yeah.
And bring it back. And they're super responsible people.
That's good.
If they scratch it or something happens, they'll call me and text me and say, hey, this happened on our trip.
Yeah.
I don't get it back all beat up with cigarette butts everywhere.
It's not something. That's not something you see on Turo.
No.
Turo is probably the opposite of that a little bit.
They're different clients because it's
Yeah.
usually an older couple
Okay.
or it's a young couple with 2 kids.
Okay.
That's usually how it goes because our vans, the way they're set up, is there's a queen bed in the back
Yeah.
and then there's a pop top like a tent.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So the 2 kids are able to climb up into the pop top area
Yeah.
and spend the night there, and then the 2 adults are in the back. And these things have a shower, a bathroom, a stove, a microwave, and a refrigerator.
Okay.
And they're very comfortable.
Yeah.
Even though they're compact, they're all based off the Dodge 3500 Sprinter chassis.
Yeah.
So it's about the size of like an Amazon van.
Okay.
And that's what they're renting. But they rent out anywhere between $199 to $219 a night.
Okay. Wow.
3-night minimum.
That's huge.
Yep. And then all the add-ons is what's big. So right now I have 4 going out on this weekend.
Yep.
The average is about 1,300 on those.
Wow.
But I do have a large one that's going out. That's almost $4,000.
Holy crap! So what do you maybe last month? What did you generate last month?
Well, that's the thing. We bought one last month, a red one.
Okay.
2 months ago, we bought a gray one.
Okay. Yeah.
3 months before that, we bought another one.
Wow.
So we went from 1 vehicle to 6 in less than a year.
Holy cow! That's fast for those. I mean, those are big.
So we scaled up like astronomically.
Yeah.
We started last August and we're at six now.
Jeez, that's crazy. So what are you hoping? Are you hoping it would generate like $4,000 to $5,000 a month? Is it gonna be more than that?
No. We're hoping to generate $20,000 to $25,000 a month.
Per?
Yeah. No. For
Oh,
all
total.
deliveries.
Okay.
Yeah.
20 to 25,000.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah. And we're gonna get there. We
Yeah.
have a really good system in place.
Yeah.
We have a business that we do all of the orientation out of.
Yeah.
So what we do first is send them some series of videos.
Yeah.
On YouTube, we have our YouTube channel with our collection of videos.
Nice.
So we send that to the guests first, and then when they come in, we'll do an orientation that takes about 45 minutes, and then ship them.
Nice. Nice.
They're comfortable with everything.
Yeah. So on average, what do they cost to buy?
$109 to $130.
Holy shit, they're expensive.
The entry point is high,
Yeah.
which is great because it's gonna keep
A lot of people out.
everybody out.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that in the me way,
Yeah.
but you're not gonna buy $100,000, $30,000 RV, you
Yeah.
know, and mess a bunch of things up.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna get it right.
Yeah,
Okay?
you got to get it right for sure for something
But
that
if you're
expensive.
like me, when I first started, I bought one. I had a $25,000 RV, not RV, Rav4. I messed all kinds of things up.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So the entry point is a lot more difficult because the cost is prohibitive.
Yeah.
But it puts you more in an exclusive
Realm,
and it puts the clients that you get are much better.
Yeah.
They're not going to be the people that are going to be burning out your tires, doing 120 miles an hour in your car, running your vehicle over to Mexico. You know what I'm talking about? All the stuff
smoking in it and acting like they didn't.
All the stuff that you deal with, all the bad negative stuff is generally a moot point on those platforms.
Yeah.
Because the entry point is so high, and plus the clients are completely different. They're not 19-year-old kids renting a $60,000 sports car. They're just not. It's just a different type of people.
Yeah, that's super nice. So, quick question on the RVs. So, do you do cash or finance for those?
We actually bought them cash.
Ooh, that's a lot of upfront money. So, what would you say?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure this can be somewhat ballpark. Maybe you know exactly. How much would you say is invested in vehicles right now with your 42 cars, your 6 RVs, your personal vehicles?
It's a big number.
It is. I know it is. I know. That's why I'm curious. And that's a big number.
We have it all on the spreadsheet, but
Do you?
just in RVs, I have $700,000 wrapped up in it.
Holy crap! So would you say you're above probably above $1 million?
Oh yeah, we're easily above $1 million on the cars. The Tahoes that we have are all over 50 plus.
Holy crap! Do you think you're closer to $2 million on everything?
We're more than $2 million on.
You're more than $2 million in vehicles?
Everything, yeah, combined together.
Okay, including your portfolio of real estate?
Cars. Oh,
just cars, vehicles.
Yeah,
okay,
cars
so
and
over
RVs.
$2 million in
Yeah,
RV.
I mean, $700,000 just in RVs.
That's crazy. Yeah, and then you have the 42 vehicles.
Yeah.
So, what are your hopes? Like this year, what do you want to generate on everything? On the RVs, on your personal vehicles you're renting out, or the 10, 12, and then the ones that you have with Ryan, the other ones in the other states. What would you say is ballpark?
My long-term goal, even though I look young, I'm actually not young at all. I'm approaching 50.
You're approaching 50?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm going to be 50 in next April.
Nice. Look way younger.
Yeah. So my brother is 54.
Okay.
He just turned 54. Our goal is to retire. Obviously, he's on his way over to retiring.
Yeah.
I think I probably have another 3 years in,
Yeah.
4 years in, and then we'd like to retire.
Nice.
But we did AC for 18 years.
Yeah, it's a long time.
That will age you quick, believe it or not. That is a tough business.
I believe it.
Dealing with everybody on the planet they're tough people that you're dealing with. They're not, air conditioning guys are not nice guys. They usually have a colored background a little bit, a little bit checkered.
Yeah.
And you got to be kind of crazy to be in an attic that's 140 degrees.
Yeah.
In the summertime.
Yeah.
And you're not dealing with happy customers.
Yeah. Yeah.
When your AC breaks, you're not happy.
No, never. No, I'm sure there's a lot of tough customers.
Right. You're not sleeping. You're pretty pissed. So it's been a long road to where we got to, but right now having these somewhat passive businesses have been a blessing, comparatively speaking, to the grind of air conditioning.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
So our long-term goal is to retire and just have these vehicles completely co-hosted.
Yeah,
So
everything, RVs and everything. Nice.
Yes. But at the current rate of co-hosting, there's only like one co-host out here.
Yeah.
And the rate is crazy. I just spoke with him about 2 weeks ago.
Did you? Okay.
The co-hosting fee is 50%.
50%, wow.
So after Outdoorsy takes their 20-25%.
Oh, and that's for RV. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that's
RV.
that's
so
high.
if you add it all up, you're only making
Jeez.
25% of it. So
Oh my gosh.
right now
They want 50% of gross?
yeah, not gross. After everything's paid out.
Oh,
So,
net.
yeah,
Okay. That's
yeah.
crazy.
So you're not taking home a lot from the $199. You're taking home.
Yeah.
20% gets cut right there off of
Yeah.
Outdoorsy's fees, and then 50%. So you're only taking home like 30%.
Jeez, so slim. It's pretty slim margin. So
yeah,
between the 42 vehicles, 6 RVs, would you say you're going to generate more or less than like 300,000 this year?
I think we will. Yeah,
Generate
the
more?
RVs. Yeah,
Yeah.
RVs are huge.
That's
Yeah.
big. You think
and,
you'll probably
we
be?
went through winter season,
Yeah,
and there's only like little streaks that we were actually slow.
yeah,
And I think we're great in position because where we're located,
yeah,
just about everybody, like 99.9% of the people that we talk to are going to Sedona and Grand Canyon.
that's huge.
Number one, number two spots.
Yeah,
There's nowhere else that they can offer that. You can't go to Colorado and they don't have a Grand Canyon. No, they don't have a Sedona.
yeah, that's all
They
here.
don't have these like two mega, places
Visiting
to go,
centers,
right,
yeah.
outdoors.
Yeah,
So it's perfect for this market, and we also don't have close to 5,000 RVs here either.
yeah, yeah,
So if you look up Outdoorsy and you look at the amount of RVs here, it's not saturated. I know Turo went from like 2,000 something cars within a couple of years to 4,000 something cars.
yeah. I don't even know what they're at right now, but they're growing more and more, which is good because I think slowly it'll maybe take out the bigger car rental
Yeah.
companies potentially. I think
Yeah,
there's potential
so.
for it.
I think what's driving that the more people getting in is partially economics of it.
Yeah.
And the recession that's going on. I think people are looking to figure out like different ways to make money.
Yeah, yeah,
So
absolutely.
That's good. There's more entry going in.
Yeah,
I think there's more people going in than coming out.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I think so for sure. We'll see how it plays out within the next couple of years. Last question I have for you. Probably should have covered it earlier. Do you do any private rentals?
I don't at this current time because my threshold for insurance. I don't know if I want to deal with the insurance game. That's the biggest thing. That's my challenge.
Yeah.
Of private rentals is I don't want to really deal with the insurance portion of it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dealing with claims. 'Cause
Yeah.
I dealt with claims with our vehicles that were on the road.
Yeah.
So we went as far as litigation on a couple of them.
Whoa.
When we were, because we get in accidents. You have air conditioning, you have vehicles on the road.
Yeah.
You're gonna have somebody rear-end somebody.
Absolutely.
You're gonna be in a side swipe. So those things kind of left a little bit of a bad taste on insurance. And that's one thing that kind of limits us because we're scared of the insurance portion of it.
Yeah.
'Cause of the
That
liability.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And not the little scratches and dents. So we're talking about large liability.
Yeah.
We dealt with an accident that was over $400,000
Whoa.
with one of our air conditioning guys that rear-ended somebody, and they had neck issues.
Ooh, that's
So,
scary.
And insurance, the way it works is it's not free. People think like, oh yeah, I get the insurance, it's gonna pay for it. Okay, well you get the insurance, and then with commercial insurance, it renews every year. They look at what they call your loss ratio, and if they see a big loss, your insurance premium is going to go up 50 to 100%.
Or they're gonna drop you.
Yeah, they're going to drop you.
Yeah.
Or you go into a high risk category.
Yeah.
So that's why we were kind of cautious about doing private rentals,
Yeah.
not because of accident, but just in general liability is the big thing. For
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Interesting. Well, I think that's all the questions I have. Do you have any like social medias or anything that you want to plug?
If you guys ever want to check out the 3 different apps, it's called RV Share, RV Easy, and Outdoorsy. Those are the 3 platforms that we use to rent out RVs. As far as our own Turo cars, most of them are co-hosted and managed by somebody else. So Ryan, thank you. Ara, thank you. I guess that would be our plug for those 2 companies that handle our cars.
Yeah, and we can throw the links in there and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. I think
Yes.
some good information, good talk.
Sounds
And we'll stay connected.
good. Thank you.
Cool. I appreciate it,
Yeah.
Quan. Thank you.